mic check. 1, 2, 3. It's the Cudda Show. Do you see me? I figure I got a little story time today. Back one of the times, I know I really hate to say that, yeah, one of the times, but hey, we're all in our, you know what I'm saying? We were all in our teenage years once. I'm 23 now. This happened back in 2019 when I was just 19 years old. I had a 2002 Mazda Protege. I say that because I liked it and I miss it. And I don't have that car anymore, but just reflecting on the times, you know what I'm saying? So I was driving, I do DoorDash. Oh, food delivery, it's a food delivery service, you know what I'm saying, to make money and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And on this day, I was dashing my city, Monterey, California, you know what I mean, just doing my thing, making money, stacking up paper, you know what I mean, just, you know what I mean, just stacking it up, you know? And so on this particular day, there's a certain spots in Monterey. Well, in this case, it was in between the cities of Seaside and Marina, which for the people that know that, you'll know. If you know, you know, right? So I don't want to go in there. It's government-owned property on where I was delivering food to that night. So mind you, I was 19 years old then. I just got my license the year prior, which was at 18 years old, right? So as all this happening, right? As the night was going on, right? I was driving. I probably already completed one order already, so I completed the order. I was driving my way back to a hotspot area because when you do DoorDash, you got like different hotspots you can drive to. So I completed the area on where the government property was, and I was driving, right? And I drove over a stop sign. I missed it. I was just, you know what I'm saying? It must have been a 30. I was going 40. I was going like 10 miles over the speed limit, right? Where was it 30 or 35? 35 on the speed limit, right? So I get pulled over. Not much of a good sight. And it was the big dog, the police commissioner, and he pulled me over, and it's a big fat OG cop. Like he looks like he's been in the force for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Big donut belly, you know. And you know what I'm saying? Like one of them, like, you know, them country folks, you know what I mean? But like, they you know what I'm saying? Like from Texas, you know, one of those type of white guys, you know? And he goes up to the window. He's like, he goes up to the window. He doesn't even go. He goes up to the window. He's like, hey, yes, you missed that damn stop sign right behind you there when you were driving, you know. And so then the other cop, maybe 2 cars behind me, pull up. As soon as the cop says that, you know, the cop pulls up. And he does like all the procedures and stuff, like get my license and insurance and all that stuff. And like he's probably like the corporal or whatever or some shit. Like he's this is what the cop. So the police commissioner is in his car. He went back to his car so that he can let his fucking, you know, rookies or whatever you want to call them, the guys below him, do the, the regular traffic, you know what I mean? So he goes up to my car, right? He's like, you know why I stopped you today? I said, no. I'll be honest, I bullshit. I said, no, in my mind I said, yeah, but I was like, nah, I have no idea, officer. He was like, license and registration and stuff, and and then he does a little computer stuff, da 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 da, right? And then he comes back to the car, right? And he tells me, he's like, damn kid, you must have did something crazy today, man, because the police commissioner has been off duty for over 20 years. He hasn't pulled over anybody in over decades. Like, this guy normally he's the big police top chief. He's the top chief cop. Like, he doesn't go around duty driving around the city writing tickets for people. Like, this was just like my lucky day. I mean, it wasn't, but this was my lucky day for this fucker, because I got pulled over by the fucking police chief, like the big Don, you know what I mean? And so, and it gets even crazier from here, right? So I had my dab rig in the car, right? So that's like stuff to use to like dab weed and stuff, you know what I'm saying? The highly concentrated THC, pretty much, right? So I had a dab rig in my car, right? It must have been in the pocket seats. I don't know if in the back seats, certain seats of cars have like pockets and shit. And he's like, you got like anything in the car today, sir? I said, nah, I ain't got nothing in the car. And so for some reason he felt like he needed to search the car, right? So, and mind you, when you're on government property, weed is illegal. Simple and plain as that. Weed is illegal, right? So they find the dab rig in my car. I didn't have no weed on me, but I had the paraphernalia still illegal, right? So he's like, you smoking crack out of this thing? I said, no, officer, no, I'm not. No, officer, I'm not smoking crack out of this thing. I'm not smoking crack out of this thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I ain't smoking crack out of this thing, right? So he goes back to his car, right? I'm just sitting there. Maybe 15 minutes goes by, right? Take a little sip of my tea. "15 minutes goes by, and a fucking blacked out SUV, a blacked out American SUV pulls out, blacked out, 5% tint windows. I think the fucking FBI pulled up. 2 fucking dudes in suits, looking fresh and shit, and the guy pulls up to me, he's like, he knew what it was. He's like, because they were younger guys, they were like, I'm 23 now, so they were probably like in their late 20s, early 30s, you know what I'm saying? Like, with the glasses on and shit, and all the fuck, you know what I'm saying? How the FBI is with their suits and shit, you know? And I was like, damn, it's getting serious, you know? And so I'm just like, one of the FBI guys in his suit, he pulls up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know how motherfuckers with their suits and shit, you know? You know, oof, I'm looking fresh, you know what I mean? He pulls up to me, he's like, and he's looking at it, he's looking at this, he's like, sir, is this, I swear, I kid you not, he knew what it was, you know? I feel like they know all this stuff. He knew, like, he's like, He's like, sir, is this a dab rig? And I looked at him, I said, he knew what it was. I said, oh shit. That's when my worries kind of went down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it went down. Like, he's like, sir, is that a dab rig? I said, yeah. And that's all I had in the car. There's nothing else. There's no other, like, related stuff in it, right? And so, I'm looking at him, right? I'm like, the guy's like, there's nothing else in the car. I said, there ain't nothing else. You can look. Nothing. All I had was my dab rig on me, right? I guess I got lucky this night because I got home. I made it home that night. I wasn't fucking gonna be going home tonight, you know, just fucking like. And I was behind cuffs before. That's for another story. But this has been the Cudda Show, signing off.